here in my dining room, which is going to be my classroom for the next few weeks while I'm filming these videos for you. My lovely assistant, hey, look at the kids' book, decided that he was going to wake up from his nap to say hi to you. Say hi to him. Look at the camera. Say hi. Huh, he doesn't like it. So readers, I love the way that you have been reading up a storm. I've gotten so many pictures of people reading their books, and I've seen people being logged into Epic. But readers, that makes me worry a little bit just about one thing, and this is it. How are you going to remember all of those great stories? I mean, you're reading so many books. I'm worried that later you might look back at a book when we come back to school and I ask you about one of your books, and you'll say, well, I read this, but I don't really remember what it was about. Wouldn't that just be the saddest thing in the world if you were to read a book and then just forget it? So let's make sure that that won't happen. I'm going to teach you a tip to help you remember your books. Okay, readers, so here is my tip to you. One of the best ways that you can make sure that you remember all of the stories you read is simply to tell somebody about your story. So over here I have a little chart, and it says, great readers can describe characters, setting, and major events in a story. So as you are reading your book, like I was reading Iris and Walter, you might stop every so often and you will mark a page with a sticky note, and that can help you to retell all of these important things that we're about to talk about to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your dog. It doesn't matter who you tell it to as long as you tell somebody about your story. Okay, readers, so going on an adventure with the characters in your story is a lot like going on an adventure with your friends or family. When you come home from that adventure, you always want to tell somebody about it. And what makes it even better is sometimes we have pictures that can help us tell our friends and family all of the exciting things that we did. So today, I'm going to show you how I did this with the book Iris and Walter and the Field Trip. Now, I don't have photographs because I wasn't actually there with them, but I did use some blue sticky notes to mark some really important parts that will help me retell about my characters, setting, and major events. So all of our stories kind of follow this same pattern. At the beginning, we're going to be learning about the characters and the setting, and then towards the middle, there are going to be some things that happen that lead up to a really big problem. And at the end, our characters are going to solve their problem. So let me show you how I did this with Iris and Walter. So my first sticky note is on our first page where Iris and Walter learn that they're going to go on a field trip to the aquarium. So I could say, first, Iris and Walter are going on a field trip to the aquarium. The next part I marked is where they ride the bus to the aquarium. So I might say, next, Iris and Walter and their class ride the bus to the aquarium. Okay, then I skipped back quite a bit, and I'm at the page where Iris and Walter's class is walking through the aquarium, seeing lots of cool animals, and then Iris realizes that this boy is not Walter, and Walter is lost. So that's kind of getting up here towards our big problem and then our solving the problem. So my next spot was when Miss Cherry goes looking for Walter and finds him by the coral reef. And then in the end, the class has a picnic and they go home. So now all of these are the ones that I thought were the most important. First, Iris and Walter are going on a field trip to the aquarium. Next, Iris and Walter ride the bus to the aquarium. Then, the class walks through the aquarium and they see lots of things. Later, Iris realizes that Walter is missing. After that, Miss Cherry goes to look for Walter and finds him at the coral reef. And then finally, the class has a picnic and they go home. Okay, so if you want to try this out in your own books and you don't have sticky notes at home, that's fine. You can just use pieces of paper to mark your spots. Maybe you are just going to mark them in your brain and you're going to flip back to those pages and point to the pictures to tell somebody about your story. This little poster will also be on our Google Classroom folder, so you can use it to help you remember which parts are the most important to tell about, the characters and the setting in the beginning, the problem in the middle, and then how the problem is solved at the end. Okay, readers, I'm already feeling so relieved that I have shared this tip with you. So just remember that today and every day when you are reading and you finish a book, the best way to make sure that you do not forget your adventure is to retell your adventure to someone, even if you just retell it to yourself. So remember, you're going to be looking out for the characters, the setting, and the major events. I have put this little poster as a link on our Google Classroom site if you want to use it to help you remember to think about the beginning, the middle, and the end of your story. Happy reading!